Whew. Disengage, let's get out of here. I can't believe we saved him. Hopefully that place will be destroyed. I can hardly believe what we just accomplished by freeing all the Gondians as well as older Ravengard from the Iron Throne, or what was left of that old building underwater. These people now are all saved from imprisonment and torture from Gortash and his minions. It's a good step along the way to winning something big without losing a few steps. Which is what I was asking for out of all this. I like to give the enemy my all, destroy them, save people, save a lot of them, and not have to lose many while doing so. We've got so much more to do and go through before we get to where we all ultimately want to be, but we need to take note of our success along the way. Killing Ketheric and healing the Shadowlands was a good step, yes, and the next one needs to be destroying Gortash's Steel Watch Foundry, while saving as many Gondians there as well. Rather than just stopping new construction of the Steel Watch, I'd much prefer to find a weakness in them to either make them easier to destroy or to disable them outright. But we can only do what's possible, not achieve every wish and desire I have. What is possible is to destroy the foundry, or at least prevent more Steel Watch from being crafted. This coming from one of the Gondians there, so that is at least something good. How we'll deal with the 7 Steel Watch I counted that surrounds Gortash, I don't know. And I shouldn't trust Oren to keep her word when it comes to the safety of Halsin. For all I know, she's murdered him already, but there is nothing more that I can do there. We'll bring down Gortash and then deal with Oren, saving Mensk and Halsin, hopefully, both of whom I can use in the final battle with the Elder Brain. But other than looking ahead to all of that, we have quite another battle amongst us, with Wyll and his father first.
Duke Ravengard approaches you, looking confused.
He's tadpoled, but under my protection now, just like you.
Good.
His mind is his own again.
Father?
Wyll.
Oh, good.
Gods, it pains me to look at you. By Baldrin's graces, why have the hells ordained you to save me?
What's wrong with you?
Your tadpole resonates with Ravengard's. The exhausted Grand Duke is a flurry of emotion.
Have a heart. Your son is a hero. We saved many lives here today, including your own.
By every last hell, son, my head.
You should be free of their control.
Ravengard's head still aches so powerfully the pain seeps into you. The Absolute may be silenced, but the Duke's parasite still remains.
I know you have questions. Please, go to our camp. You'll be safe there. We'll talk soon enough.
Ravengard answers with silence. He and Wyll have much to discuss.
I would think so. And for the life of me, I'm not sure just what to do with Redhammer, the submersible captain that's been ferrying people back and forth to the Iron Throne. I don't think he had any bad intention, and was just in it for the gold. But he's still a part of it all, and if anything, I think the priestesses of the Water Queen would be too harsh on him. I shall try to be impartial here and not just turn him over, but we shall see. I do know that the Bitch Queen's priests are anything but fair, and what they are rather vindictive and merciless. All sailors know this, and I learned it well years ago. We spared Redhammer's Umberlee's wrath for now, and have charged him with taking us to Gortash's Iron Throne, although I don't believe I made any promises to him, or any oaths, so there's nothing to stop me from telling Umberlee's faithful about what he's done. Now, for the Gondians, we saved everyone we could, and fled using the submersible. We should speak to the survivors. Well, I've already spoken to Alder Ravengard. Hello?
Listen, lad. Only a special sword could have done what you did. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hello there.
My God, I'm glad you showed up. Hopefully Frel's not too worried about me.
Which one was the daughter? Was it you? Hello.
I want to have a word.
I can't thank you enough. I was certain that place was to be my cold, wet tomb. There were so many of us scattered through that place. To save so many it was brilliant. Just brilliant. We were kept hostage to control our families and the Steel Watch Foundry. To keep them building Gortash's death machines. Please. They need to know what happened here.
Oh,
They have no reason to obey Gortash anymore. If they rebel, it'll put a dent in Gortash's steel might.
Yeah, that was the point. Yeah, we really got out there last moment. I almost was ready to go before the last couple Gondians got on board. How do you think I found you to begin with? Your father sent me.
He did? Of course he did. I knew it. I knew he would do something.
He would have to. Hello.
What they were doing with us was horrid. Thank you for saving me.
You're basically just, not prisoners, yes, but not your hostages is what you are. Hello.
Featherweight Falson will be back in the ring in no time. Once my daughter Claw is freed.
Hello.
That was amazing. Like one of them old hero stories. Thank you.
Hello there.
It's over, right? There's not more cutting. Thank
Cutting?
God.
Oh, that's horrible. What they were doing to you. Hi.
Still hurts. But thank you.
A human among them. Well, there's one here too. I believe. Rounded ears, yes. Hi.
My sincerest thanks, friend. I don't know what possessed you to find us in that place, but I am surely glad you did.
Hello.
Bloody hells! I was a goner for sure. Thank you.
You're welcome. And you?
Ogro! It's free! Free!
And I guess all that's left to speak to is the Duke. Hello?
I'll get to your camp. We'll talk there.
Right.
You were to administer Umberlee's justice. Instead, you conspire with the abomination.
Oh, hold on.
You who sicken the harbor with blood so black the sea itself chokes.
Gods, they're nuts. You have to help me.
Oh, everyone knows they're nuts.
Step out of the way. Protect him, and Umberlee will swallow you whole.
Well, the irony is that you found him anyways. What do you need me for? I don't know what to make of this one. He was basically just the one that ferried people back and forth. It's more nuanced than just good or bad here. You don't understand, he wasn't responsible for the destruction in the harbor.
Your lies won't save you. Give us the abomination or be counted as his ally.
What do you mean, give us? It's not mine to give. I don't know. He is partly responsible, partly not. They just want to find somebody to take out the wrath on. Typical of Umberlee. I won't let you execute this man.
Then you've made your choice. You supplicate to the ocean, or you are sucked down, down, down. Wave servants, destroy them.
I guess I'll know they're traveling by ship again.
Full of water.
I think I need my companion's help.
problem.
Yeah. Well, isn't this a fun thing to come home to? Right, there's 2 on the right, there's 3 on the left. Where's... Oh, she's over there. Okay, so I'm going to focus on her. I don't know if I can reach her from here, though. Yeah. Take a short rest, which means I'm going to have to use this to get over there. Well, this is what you brought upon yourself. That's not going to work. Actually, I don't really have anything that will work. Right, well... I can't even use a poison. I do a lot of damage with my sword anyways, regardless.
The last board is set.
Well, thankfully, your spells don't harm your companions. Missed one there, okay. But you got their leader. Good enough. Ice.
What must be done? Let me smooth the path a little.
I think you made her jump.
Forever dauntless.
Shame to have to kill all these beautiful women. Wyll? I like to try to push people off into the water. Oh, that was nice of him. Works both ways, I suppose. Right, well, I'll finish this one off. Easily. One over there is gone. There's more over here. Piercing shot. Path is interrupted. Just how? Okay.
Time to press ahead. Gone with the weave.
Is this not water yet? Is it still ice? Still ice. Can't move very far in that, can you? Yeah. You have a scroll of fireball. Old monster. Burning hands. Well, burning hands could work too. Not as nice as a fireball. But we do have fireball. Very effective.
I think I could go another round.
Yeah. Let's see if we can't... You don't have a scroll for it. Right. Well, Wyll is dead. So we'll have to revive him. Everybody knows that they're absolutely batshit insane.
Let's get this over with.
Whatever. He's dead. This is the last one over here.
Swords meet sorcery.
Right, revive Wyll, please.
Orders.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
Right, there's still just this one here.
Consider my hackles raised. Only the worms have use for you.
There we go.
Gods, what a bloody day. I need a drink, and that, and a holiday. Thanks to you, I'll live long enough to do all three. Here. Least I can do. Now, get all these folks out of here before you get me into even more trouble.
I don't think I'll ever board a ship again. Not unless something happens in which I can find a way to supplicate Umberlee, which isn't easy. Alright, well, just take this. Might as well take what they have.
One day I'll catch a break.
The Gondians are all free. The crazy servants of Umberlee are dead.
What's inside?
I would have turned him over if they had presented a compelling case. He was partly responsible, but not... If they said they would give him a fair trial, then I would have said take him. But these are zealots. Religious zealots. Umberlee is just all wrath and appeasement. There's nothing in between. Wave Mother's sickle. Interesting weapon. Well, we do always need gold, right? So... Right, so... Got some things to sell. People to... my party to heal.
Pick me up.
Yes. Pick me up. You want to say something, Wyll?
I failed. The heart of the gate is dead. We need to see my father. He should know what happened with Ansel.
Oh, that. Right, let's go. Which way did we enter? Not this way. This way. We're going to face Steel Watch now. I can see Gortash sending Steel Watch. We should be careful. And Flaming Fist.
Seems simple enough.
I don't mind killing the Steel Watch, but the Flaming Fist makes it complicated. Alright. Just want to get out of this ridiculous Flim's cargo. Enough of it. Okay, let's return to camp. I guess that's where we face what's going on with Wyll's father. And where might he be? As for you two...
Discussion.
Ally mine. We are reunited once more. I was just regaling sweet Isabel with tales of our prowess.
Very impressive. Thank you for helping Aelin. That wizard sounded absolutely dastardly.
Oh, Loroican? Yeah. I hope you can rest easy now, Dame Aelin.
I always do, with darling Isabel by my side. Enjoy the spoils of your victory. Spin memories of Loroican's death in your mind like silk floss. My darling, we must inform our friend of our news.
Indeed. I've scouted a Selûnite enclave outside the city. They faced the Absolute's armies and come out battered and bruised. Aelin and I will go to them, provide what help we can.
But fear not. When the time comes for you to face the foe of foes, Isabel and I will stand by your side.
I hope so. We need all the help we
wouldn't
can get.
miss it. Not for anything.
Go well, friend. We will see you soon. And with our great powers combined, this city will be saved.
We'll see you again, hopefully. Well, I'm going to be speaking to a duke. Might as well clean myself up. Ex-duke, for now. Volo, really? You've come back?
It is splendid to see you again, my friend. If you hadn't saved me from that mob, I'd be penning a guide to the afterlife based on first-hand experience. Perhaps you would hazard a guess as to why the mob turned on me?
Seems like everywhere you go, you stir up mobs. I assume you criticize Archduke Gortash. He controls the city now.
Pish-posh! That strutting tyrant has a long reach and a steel fist, but he's a puppy dog compared to the real horror that haunts our streets.
Oren?
The Lord of Murder has returned.
Oh,
As
I
he
know
did
about that.
100 years ago, Baal has set his accursed sights on Baldur's Gate. And his temple runs red with the blood of the innocent. Oren is his chosen.
Yes,
And
I know
like
that.
Sarevok before her, she is able to take on the savage form of the Slayer. If the Slayer is not stopped, it will slaughter every living thing in this city.
The Slayer.
As one of those things, I'm particularly eager to stop it. And there is a way. I have a study of the beast, penned by the wizard Irenicus himself.
Irenicus.
It contains all of the knowledge needed to slay the Slayer. Now I just need a brave adventurer, willing to face Baal's chosen, and to put the knowledge into practice.
Yes, grandmother spoke of becoming the Slayer. Something she couldn't help when she was soulless. She fought against it as much as she could. I believe she said giving in to despair is what allowed her to lose control of herself and become the Slayer. Thoughts of it anyway, so she had to keep focusing on happy, positive thoughts. Alright. I'll do it.
Wonderful! I can scarcely think of anyone more suitable. It will serve you well. A study of the Slayer, penned by John Irenicus. It's one of a kind, so do try to keep it away from the inevitable bloodbath,
So tell me, what do you believe the Slayer is?
The Dream Eater. It is said the children of Baal are claimed throughout their sleep, ever disturbed by visions of a life of bloodshed and terror. Once they have seen too much.
Horrible.
Once these dreams drive their minds to break, they are beset by the Slayer. It is a beast of unspeakable violence that consumes all in its path, including the soul of the one who is host to it.
Well, Grandmother had no soul. It was in Arenicus at the time. Right, tell me more about Arenicus from what you know.
A genius, exiled from his home in the elven paradise of
Soldanessa,
Soldanessa, when he
yes.
attempted to seize the power of life itself, he instead turned his magnificent mind to murder on a grand scale. That is how he came to crave the power of the Baal spawn. He saw them not as living things, but as tools for his own machinations. In the end, though Arenicus took the form of the Slayer for himself, it was a Baal spawn who thwarted him, the same that saved Baldur's Gate.
You're speaking to the grandson of that Baal spawn. As for Arenicus, yeah, I've heard the story a little bit different than how you said it. He had no soul. He was stripped because he went too far, trying to drain all life for his godly ambitions to become a god from the Tree of Life in Soldanessa. And he was stripped of his soul and exiled. Him and his sister, his vampire sister. And that's why they chose to go after Grandmother's soul. She is the soul of a, well, Baalspawn god. And that of Imoen, who also was Baalspawn. So I'll need more than a book to face Baal's chosen.
Quite so. I was rather hoping you'd gathered all the rest of the adventuring paraphernalia yourself. You'll need every advantage.
Adventuring paraphernalia? You sound like you've never left your home. I've already slain Mirko's chosen. I can handle this.
I am a living witness to Baal's defeat those 100 years ago.
I don't know how it's possible.
So I know your battle against him is not futile. He can be stopped, but not all of those who stood against him survived. And those who did were never the same again. I wish you luck, my friend. And I hope that when I see you again, you'll be in one piece. 2 or 3 at most.
Also, the fact that you've glossed over that Baal was dead when Saravok was here trying to take over the city. I don't quite know how that could be Baal, because he was broken up into all those Baal spawn all throughout the Sword Coast, and I believe it was just the Sword Coast it was focused on. It went south further than on, though. Hello, Duke.
First you cleave my heart in twain, now you shatter it to pieces. My son a monster, twisted beyond recognition. To think my blood flows through those veins. Is this my fate? To be freed from Gortash's hell, only to be trapped in yours?
It isn't what you think. It never was.
You turned your back on me, on your city, to chase the she-devil and her power. She stinks up the place even now. It is exactly what I think.
I suppose he'll need some convincing to change his entire view on his son. I'm curious to know if he would rather if we just left him to drown in that place. Right, I think the easiest way would be just to connect with the parasite and show him the truth. So that's what I'll do.
Ravengard's tadpole clenches as your memories and wills flow into him.
My tears wounds. I'm in your mind.
The Grand Duke sees Mizora and her infernal sisters. He sees the agony in Will's face as an impossible choice is set before him.
No. My son.
The past becomes present, and Wyll's thoughts are laid bare. Ravengard sees Wyll partnering with Mazora to defeat Tiamat's cultists before they could lay siege to Baldur's Gate, and he sees everything beyond. The Nautiloid journey, the perilous path to Moonrise, the astral prism, and the Emperor within.
Well,
everything I did for Baldur's Gate. I did for you.
Oh, this is kind of touching me a little bit, but he should know. And that's the easiest, quickest way for him to see. I hope he understands now. It's the truth, Ravengard. Wyll has always been a faithful defender of Baldur's Gate.
My son, you sold your soul to save Baldur's Gate, and I cast you out for it. You gave yourself to the Hell's eternal fires so I might walk free. By the gods, can you ever forgive me?
There's nothing to forgive. You wanted to protect the city. I only ever wanted the same.
You are a better man than most, and a better son than I deserve. I'll yet make amends, but my duty is first and foremost to the city and its people. There's something I must ask of you.
Go on.
Before I was captured, I was on a mission. Returning from Elturel, I discovered the plans of the Absolutists. I immediately realized the city couldn't defend itself against such an army. I didn't despair, because the city has a secret guardian.
Uh-oh.
A worm that sleeps beneath. He can be called upon in times of great need. This is such a time.
Maybe we should have showed him that memory
You've
too.
been trained in the ways of the great champions and proven to be one of them. The worm will answer your call. You must seek him out.
Do you mean Ansur? The worm is dead, Father. Where we might have once found a friend, we found only his bones, animated by an old grievance. But the heart of the gate still lives. In me, in my allies. In Ansur's defeat, I found my spirit renewed. For as long as devils and demons imperil the Sword Coast, they will be my prey. I am the blade of Avernus.
Then go with my blessing. Be Faerun's great defender. Courage, insight, strategy, justice. Let these be the lights that guide you, my son. Hail, the blade of Avernus!
I don't know if it's impossible to return his completely human side back to him. It would be nice. I just don't know what to say. I mean, he's accepting what he is. And part of that is good, but that doesn't mean that that's all that there has to be. Wyll?
Always good to talk, my friend.
You need a bath. Right, well... Duke Ravengard?
The devil's stench lingers, but Wyll is yet a champion of the people. I'd hoped he'd join me on the council, but he is his own man. I couldn't be prouder.
You know, tieflings live in the city, and they're half fiend, so I can't see why Wyll can't remain here, become the counselor, become a duke himself. Councillor Floric will be relieved to hear that you're all right.
Hells, Floric. While the Absolute commanded my mind, I condemned her to death and confined her in Worm's Rock prison. She stood by me even as the Hell's fires lapped at my feet. You must free her.
Floric is free. She's gathering allies as we speak.
Tremendous news. She proves as loyal to you as she is to me. I couldn't bear it if she died by my command.
Nor could I.
May the Triad guide her steps.
How did the Absolute cultists capture you?
I was returning from Elturel. My traveling party stopped at an inn, Joaquin's Rest.
Oh, the
to
drow
lay our
goblins,
heads.
yes.
It wasn't the heat that woke me. It was the scent. Cultists had set fire to the place. I don't remember being taken. Just the smoke burning my throat before I fell. I awoke in Moonrise Towers, inside one of those damnable pods. The rest, well, the rest goes without saying.
So what was your business in Elturel to try to determine what happened to the city?
A complicated one. I went to greet Elturel's High Overseer, only for the Archdevil Zariel to drag the city into the hells. I've been touched by Avernus, been a plaything for demons. A tale for other places. Other days.
They took you too. I didn't know that. You've gone through quite a lot. Well, you're here safe, and the Emperor will keep you free of absolute control. Remain here. I'd like to be able to do the same thing to Minsk, if at all possible, and I'm sure that Jaheira would agree. Now, what is next? Because I don't think that Gortash will cooperate. We docked at Gortash's secret base, Iron Throne, as he warned us. This ends any hope for an alliance with him. Well, there was none, and I never made an agreement. He just told me what has to be done. Despite Gortash's warning, we docked the Iron Throne, true to his words. Gortash triggered a mechanism that activated the destruction of his secret base. The bargain is no more. Gather my allies. Grand Duke Ravengard is grateful for us saving him from the Absolute's clutches. He will stand by our side in the final battle. See if the Gondians, the Iron Throne hostages we saved, asked us to go to the Steel Watch Foundry and liberate their families, so I suppose that's where we should go. I've actually heard of another part of where Dribbles could be. So, let's see. I'll gather up a party and we'll head out that way to get the other Dribbles part, and then we'll go to the Foundry. I believe we found the alchemists, those dwarves that were putting around the Underdark looking for the Elder Stalk. Got the itch to wander. Bonecloak, I'm putting together what looks to be a profitable fungus harvest expedition. You in the mood to join us and get out of the city for a while? I've got a hot tip about a fairy circle of natterjack toadstools in the Trollbark Forest. Should be enough for both of us. If you're interested, pack your fungus hunter gear and meet me at the end of the next 10 day at the Wailing Wave up the coast in Lathtarl's Lantern. I'll be waiting for you. Dango Tootlehood? End of my rope. Esteemed Apothecary Bonecloak, I've got myself into a fix and need some medicinal advice to get out of it. To deal with my spells for the last 9 months, I've been drinking a daily healing potion following a recipe I got from Baldur's Mouth, except I always double the sherry. Is that where you have a drinking problem? The trouble is, it isn't working like it used to. Maybe you should triple or quadruple the sherry. My spells are coming back, and I'm afraid to increase the dosage because I saw what happened to Aunt Balmeyer. What can you prescribe? I'll come by tomorrow for a little consultation. Bugs Stillwater. Ah, yes, I remember them. Hello? I saved you.
It's Bonecloaks. I'm Balin. Hello. Nice to meet you.
You
We
forgot.
sell all sorts of ingredients and goods.
Go on, Balin. Get on with it then.
He's forgotten all about us. Hello, I'm sure you remember us.
It's you. I never forget a face. Noble Stalk is why the customers came. We were out in our arses soon enough without it. Too bad my worthless fella couldn't get one simple thing right in his life.
I think he was right nearby it and we destroyed it by accident, trying to save him. Are you glad to be back in Baldur's Gate?
Oh, sure. Cultists on the loose, a murderer hacking people to bits, and big metal freaks stomping hither, thither, and yon. Couldn't be more delighted.
Some may say that that is better than the Underdark. So how are you and Balin getting on?
He's wrecking my head as always. Makes himself useful with a broom from time to time, at least.
Like to trade.
Go on then.
Months later, I finally run into her. Used to have a lot of the things I sold to you earlier. We do need more healing potions. I've noticed we're not exactly heavy on that. Do you have a potion of speed? You have a potion of sea invisibility. Herbalist gloves. Well, we've got lots of some herbs here. Alchemical ingredients, I should say. Well, that'll help. Right. Thank you. Oh. Well, there seems to be herbs that they don't mind. Maybe because we helped them earlier. Mind us taking. Balsam. Well, we can always use more.
That will fit in my pack.
I just made a bunch of potions before we came over here. Autumn crocus. Any upstairs? Probably not. Just their bedroom, it would seem. Yeah, this journal, it's the woman. Do not mind take the man. I thought when we got back to the city and were in familiar surroundings again that he'd mellow a bit and regain some focus. But no, he's as fuddled as ever, the old tarantula, and even more short-tempered about it than in the Underdark. He needs my help, and he hates that. Always has. I won't take it anymore. If he hits me again, I'm going to find some wyvern toxin in his pores the next morning. Work shit. Did I actually write those words? I'd better hide this. I take it that was from some time ago, not recent, because for all the time I've known them, he's been like that. So she did something to befuddle his mind. Oh, whatever. It wasn't nice to her. Maybe this is a better arrangement.
Better not be cursed.
I guess it's better than poisoning him to death. Okay, so, yes, let's carry on to what we're going after. What's wrong with this man?
Do you know how hard it was to get those cabbages into the city? Nigh on impossible.
Oh. Well, you might as well pick them up, so what's the problem? Nigh on impossible, you say. Yes, where was it? There was a home around here. Could be here, the pear tree house. Is this where a murder took place? Yes, this is one of the. Yes, this is where one of the assassinations took place. Mr. Pear Tree. There's a hatch here.
A couple turns should do it.
It's down below. Oh, it's a pretty large person.
That corpse is huge. And is that a burning heart?
How odd. Oh. Well, we found the clown's severed arm.
The clown's arm. Dribbles, no doubt.
Missing a head. Another arm without a hand. And 2 legs. What does this say? It really smells down here. The effigy of Jaheira, who burned his mortality. What use his heart? He thought himself a titan, but died whispering for his mother. Below is an exaggerated signature written in blood or in the red. What is this about? Is this supposed to be his heart burning? Yeah, Jaheira, I forget what name of that city was that he had set siege to and actually destroyed. My grandmother got out of there with her party before that. Ew, really? A heart. A human heart, carefully cut from the chest. Coagulating blood slowly drips from an artery. Let's just wrap that up and keep it contained in case we need it. Disgusting as that is. Somebody else was killed down here. So it seems Orin went to town. Infernal contracts and bargains. Why would that be here? How to do them? This book presents a guide on which devils to bargain with for what. One must choose which devil to deal with, using utmost vigilance. I would choose not to deal with any devil. Remember, devils are not only fiends, they're bastards. I once knew a man who asked for ultimate protection against his enemies from a devil of Dispater. He was transported into an impregnable iron fortress deep underground, one without doors. So pick and choose with caution, friends. For matters of money, creatures of Minerus can best salve your woes. For matters of pleasure or pain, face the fiery folk of Phlegathos. This tomb continues on with much the same matter. Oh, it's horrible down here. Orin's striking at everybody that she may dislike for various reasons. The Watch and the Steel Watch. Hell's Unleashed. Anything else down here? Wooden trunk. Ah, sorry.
Soldier.
Is this like a workshop, kind of? Maybe a storage place for created weapons. Crafted weapons. Right, enhanced weapons sales ledger. What does this say? This ledger records acquisitions and sales in Gortash's infernal weapons trade, infernal iron acquired from diabolic sources, used thereof in forging, enhanced arms and armor, and sales and distribution through Gortash's network and to other wholesalers such as the Zentarim and the Knights of the Shield. The final entry is as follows. The Knights of the Shield is a smuggling group that he used to make inroads here. In a note for Lord Gortash, the Knights' organization appears to be collapsing, and sales to them are in steep decline. However, this is more than made up for by shipments to our new contacts in and the Athkatla receipts next month should make everyone happy. Pear Tree. Isn't this his home? Well, he was dealing with Gortash, huh? My gratitude. Dear Mr. Pear Tree, our business proceeds without fault and with lucrative profit. You will find this success reflected in the upcoming deposit to your personal account. Should you continue to be such a willing tool, I can see many more deposits of similar magnitude making their way into your coffers in future. I saw you spent the last payment with exceptional wisdom. Your new abode in the lower city is rather lovely. Men of both means and taste are exceedingly rare these days, and I would be so distraught were you to lose this beautiful home to a terrible accident of fate. Discretion is a key pillar of continued home ownership, after all. You need not respond to this letter. I will write if you are needed further. Yours in faith, Enver Gortash. Truly is a bastard. Alright, let's, I guess loot these weapons. The owner's dead. Worked with Gortash. We need the coin. What is this place? Cobbler shop? Flim's Cobblers?
Flim's Cobblers. Walk in a pauper, strut out a duke.
Are they anything to do with Flim Cargo?
People don't bloody look where they're walking. The Gazette's right. Folk these days have no manners.
That might be worth a look.
Portrait of Gortash. Interesting. Hello there.
Ah, sir, you've chosen a special day to visit the family home of Archduke Enver Gortash.
Oh, really?
We're celebrating our dear son's magnificent achievement with a special run of leather-soled shoes.
Gods, Gortash has a mother. I assumed he sprang fully formed from a lich's arse crack or something.
Well, this is interesting. A pleasure to meet the mother of the Archduke.
His one and only. My, but he's made us proud, such humble beginnings. And look at him now. I've been crying happy tears all this 10 day. What more could a mother want for her little boy?
Your tadpoles,
Something's off.
squirms. These people are infected with the parasite, but something is off.
I thought at first that was just, of course, an act to bring you in to buy her shoes, but she's carried on talking about her son in such a slow, almost controlled manner. I know what you did. I know that you sold your son into slavery.
Oh no. You have things very, very wrong. A dutiful mother could never do something so heinous. A good mother couldn't have fathomed such a horror. We love our son, Enver. We love him so much.
No reaction. Hey.
Welcome back.
Right, I'll connect my tadpole to hers, delve into her mind.
You search her mind, but the psionic forces that control her are different, split somehow.
Weird.
Your own consciousness slips into the gap.
Help me! Gods, help me! Enver's ruined my mind. He's taken my body. I should have slammed the door in his face, but I let him in and he rammed some kind of worm in our eyes. I'm here, but I can't speak. I can't act. I'm trapped.
Isn't that the way with it is with all controlled absolutists? Anyways, so he's controlling her and trying to make it seem like nothing's happened, which is a little strange. Why would Enver do this to you?
He said he wanted to make us powerless. Still bitter after all these years, but we did what was best for him, for all of us.
By selling him into slavery?
We had debts, world-ending debts, trying to keep this cursed shop afloat. Dangerous lenders who said they'd bury us all if we didn't pay. Then a warlock offered us a pretty penny for Enver's service. He was a smart boy. Too smart. It was give him up, and all of us live, or refuse and die. What choice did we have?
Was that warlock Raphael? Or somebody working for Raphael? Regardless, you don't give up your child. That's disgusting and despicable. This is what happened to him. This is why he turned into the monster he is. You had every choice. You sold your son to a warlock. That's unforgivable.
We got good coin for him. Closed our debts
Doesn't
and all
matter.
of us kept our lives. Enver included. You may disagree, Enver did, but we don't deserve this torment. You're the first person who's heard the real me in months.
Months. And how old is your son? Look at everything you've put him through. Why would I help you after what you did to your son?
My son? You've seen what he's like, same
He's
now as when
he's
he
like
was
this
a
because
boy.
of you.
Hateful little wretch. If you were me, you'd have sent him away too, believe you me.
Justifying you say your son was a hateful little wretch. I can put you out of your misery if you like.
There has to be another way. I deserve to live again. I deserve my own life.
I don't know if you do. I think you deserve what you got and more.
Maybe, maybe not. It's for the gods to judge me, not my wicked son, and not you.
Well, regardless, there's nothing I can do for you, at least for now. I'm sorry.
There has to be. I can't live like this.
You have no choice.
I'm trapped. Wait.
Nope. Goodbye.
Your tadpole lashes and recoils. The connection is broken.
Come again soon.
You can just suffer inside this walking automaton for the time being. It won't be long until we get rid of the all the tadpoles. At least I hope. Hopefully she won't turn into an illithid. Ugh. It would be worth putting her out of her misery. Hello, you the father.
Be very welcome to Flim's Cobblers, humble family home of our Archduke Enver Gortash. He may not have followed in his old man's shoe steps.
I wish he did.
But Archduke's not so bad, is it?
He might have if you kept him as your
Gortash's
son.
dad. Same treatment as his mum, I guess.
So you're Gortash's father, then?
He's the image of me, isn't he? Always was a handsome devil.
I'm trying to see the resemblance, maybe. I know what you did to your son. I know you sold him into slavery.
Goodness, what an accusation. You've got the wrong family. Enver's the light of our lives. He grew up right in these walls. First my apprentice, then savior of the city, and on to Archduke.
Destroyer of the city, more
Nothing
like.
untoward about it, I assure you.
Nothing untoward. What a joke. I'm going to connect my tadpole to his.
You focus on the source of the power, but it is quiet and still. It needs to rest.
Oh, weird. I don't think I've ever come across somebody with a tadpole that can't even work. I'll probe his mind. If I can.
Nothing. It's as though the inner workings of his mind have been wiped clean.
Weird. Let me see your wares. No, we're not really in the market for just shoes. You don't even have... You know, you do have some coin. I suppose I could sell what we are carrying from that place. And I don't think I give... Did I not give anything to anybody else to carry? I think so. Right, that should be good.
Finest leather in the city. Ask anyone.
So what's with this portrait up here?
Big Gortash fans.
Well, you see portraits of Gortash in those pictures that are posted all over the city. In Rivington as well. The outskirts of Baldur's Gate. Right, so we have a haunted house, if I remember right. Lady Janeth's estate? He said we can go in if we want. Right, so let's go over there. Oh yeah, we've got this. Let's see about going into the upper cities as well, now that we're right there. Might as well.
The Gazette reckons Lord Gortash is the second coming of Balduran. Horsecat.
Exactly. Alright.
Signing up for here.
What?
Stay away from the gate.
What?
So you stay
Stop fighting!
It's right here?
If you go any further, the brain will dominate us. We are not ready.
Alright.
We should heed the Emperor's warning. Passing the gate could be the death of us.
Can I at least speak to these flaming fists?
Citizen, you are being accompanied by a malfunctioning steel watcher. Please stand back.
I think you have the wrong hunk of metal.
False. Report your purpose, steel watcher. Why are you following these citizens unbidden?
Oh, it's because of your mechanical heart.
I understand your malfunction. Your unit is a highly outdated model. The Ragnak's casement protecting your metallurgized iced valves is burning well outside the recommended temperature.
This could help you.
Please report to the Steelwatch Foundry for dismantling.
Oh, maybe not. The same thing that Damon said. Do you know how to fix this malfunctioning engine?
Yeah. Hey, Metal Man. If I report to this foundry, can my engine be fixed?
Your mate is very obsolete. Repairing your engine would be not only impractical, but impossible. Report to the Steelwatch Foundry for immediate dismantling.
Yeah. Tell me something I don't know.
That's interesting. Thinks you're one of them, Karlach. Why? The heart, right?
Not sure. Maybe whatever keeps them going is similar to my tin can. Turns out I'm the fucking prototype for these things. I'll dismantle every single one of them.
Oh, I never
Any
even thought
threat
of that.
to the Steelwatch is a threat to Lord Gortash himself.
Okay, watch what you're saying, Karlach.
Please report to the Steelwatch Foundry for immediate dismantling.
Report. They'll kill you as soon as you go there. Alright, let's leave. You can hear the Elder Brain. Let's go. Subjugate is trying to remove the protection that we're under. Hello?
Get your copy of the Boulder's Mouth Gazette here. News that bites, but... Oh.
You okay?
again. It's gold. Same as before.
Okay. You're selling newspapers.
Yeah. The best one in town. Also, the only one in
I was
town.
gonna say the only one.
You want a copy? Gold.
Yeah. No thanks.
So you're still standing here, why?
You need a better attitude, kid. You're not gonna sell newspapers with an attitude like that. This isn't the artist we freed, is it? Where is that artist?
Lord Gortash will
No,
make
it's not.
things right. The good old days will be back. At least for those who deserve them.
Nothing more than a dandy oaf. Hello?
Oi! Stop a moment. Right. You look harmless enough. The commander keeps an open house, so you may pass.
The commander? Who's the commander?
That's secret. And anyway, she's away, so Ryon's in charge. So be nice to Ryon, or I'll kick you out.
Ryon. It's an odd name. El Rathin Residence. Honestly, I don't know who these people are. Somebody of note in the city, I take it. Let's read. Hi, Harper. I'm sorry to report that we've had no leads on the boys' parents. If they were indeed among the first taken by the cult, then their trail has long gone cold. It's a grim thought, but perhaps they were deemed unworthy of ascending and sent to serve the cult's purpose in some other way. I hope he's settling in there. It may well be he has nowhere else to go. If there's a Harper here, maybe we should return. Let's, who could we replace? We haven't had Lae'Zel with us much lately. She had a lot of bad luck at the House of Grief. But I think we should get... Let's see, let's get Jaheira. And replace Lae'Zel.
Yes?
Yeah, you know, I think Minsk may have fled down into the sewers. We might have had this conversation.
The Undercity is perilous. But I recall Minsk making a home down there in the old days. To plant his boot on the very bosom of evil. Or some such. I'll mark an entrance, I know. From there, we shall just have to follow our noses.
Alright. Join me.
You'll need to free up your ranks a little first.
Take Lae'Zel. Spot.
At your command.
Alright, let's return where we were.
Oi! Stop a moment.
Not you again.
Commander! You're in trouble!
Seems like she knows you, Jaheira.
A warm meal and a scrap of rags to sleep on must be very encouraging. Well, the mother knows.
What's going on here, Jaheira?
She'll be here.
Oh, Maller's Mark, here we go.
Are we quite sure she hasn't actually died this time, brother? She looks dead.
More Harpers?
Smells it too. Ooh.
It has been a hard road. But I can clip you both around the ear to prove I am no ghost. If it would help.
Forgive us, Mother. We're just surprised you still know how to find your way home.
Wait, are you talking actual mother? Mother? Jaheira, these are your children?
She always brings the smartest people home, too.
Enough, Ryan. I taught you better manners than that.
She never spoke a word about having a family.
You didn't.
A sending spell can carry 25 words. Do you know how many Jaheira's only message contained? In all this time she's been away? 7.
What did she say?
The message went, I'm sorry, you know what to do.
So why haven't you done it? You were supposed to get the young ones out of the city.
And you were supposed to be dead. That's what your oh-so-stoic message meant, yes? Yet here you are. So?
Yeah, I wonder where the father is.
What happened out there?
I got my skin saved by this one. We've come to take the fight to the cult. Which is exactly why you all cannot be here.
Why? You plan on winning, don't you? You're the one who saved her, so tell me. Are we all doomed?
None of grandmother's stories ever spoke of Jaheira being the family type. And here she is, she has one of her own. Are they all hers, though, or are they adoptions? I don't know. Certainly the orc isn't, unless she actually mated with a full orc. That half-orc. You ask me about this, the Absolute, and the Elder Brain. The cult is powerful, but you should really just listen to your mother.
Oh, the one stern parent is quite enough, thank you very much.
You are a very irritating girl.
This isn't your house, remember? You'll keep a civil tongue under our roof if we let you stay at all.
Have mercy, sister. She's old, after all.
So old! She can stay, but only if she brought home presents.
Seems I'm outvoted. See, Mother? That is how you go about talking things through with your family. Now, if there's more to discuss, then bloody well come in. And wipe your boots.
I have seen some strange things, but I don't know why I never expected anything like this. Really? An orc? Jaheira? Right. Yeah, everybody's inspired from this little... I need to speak to this Ryan.
No arguing. Just tell me you're well.
I am well.
And Minsk?
We're working on it.
You'll get him back. I owe him a kicking for showing Fig how to throw hatchets. So, this cult. What's our plan?
I'm not fool enough to think I can change your mind. But if you're staying, I don't want you taking up arms. There are other ways to fight.
Really? Like what?
Healers, this place could serve as a hospital.
A fair point. Though I'll leave the herb lore to Jord. I was always better at breaking bones than mending them.
I remember. The very reason Jord had so many patients to hone his craft on.
If I have to stay home and babysit, then it's your job to make sure there's still a home to look after. Take what you need, and we'll do the grand reunion when you come back for good.
She doesn't look anything like Jaheira. Perhaps this is...
So, lovely as it is to have you back, Mother. Go away. You have work to do.
All adoptive?
Aye, aye, Commander. Wait, one more thing. There are doppelgangers on our trail. One even went so far as to steal my face.
Huh. All right then. If you turn up looking for hugs and kisses, I'll be sure to shoot first.
That's my girl.
Yeah, I think more than likely that they're all adopted children, which makes sense. None of them look a thing like her.
That might be well.
What's this on the floor?
It's not a very good code.
Unsent sending. A short note marked up as a professional sending, a magical message of up to 25 words intended to find the recipient wherever they might be. This copy was never given over to a cleric for delivery. No, I don't know what to do. So, come back and tell me, or I'll come find you. Death will not protect you, idiot. Okay. Hello.
A fine day to you, sir. Are you known to this court?
I am not, but it's a pleasure to meet you.
Crude manners, but you speak well enough. For a peasant.
Jessim discovered an old family tree in my study. We haven't had a moment's peace since.
Tetherian nobility.
Mm-hmm.
You might be royalty, Jaheira. You don't want to be queen, of course. And Ryan curses too much, so it would have to be me.
Careful, girl. They have a habit of taking against tyrants there.
Huh. I'm not a tyrant. If anyone calls me one, I'll have Fig chop their head off.
Just checking that you're all right.
Cursed to put my hands on everything.
Nice little home you had here.
Maybe I need more pockets.
Autumn crocus. Oh, this is nice.
What's that?
Wouldn't you know this? It is your place. It wants me to insert an item. Decoded field report. Is this where you did all your office work for the Harpers? A meandering letter from a traveler to her family back home. The main text is marred with scratches and corrections. A code, translated in a firm hand down below. Hi Harper. Movement in the Shadowlands confirmed. Absolute cultists pass where the shadows are deepest. No clue as to how, and no means to follow. Light spied in Moonrise Towers from afar, and great movement of forces through the dark. They are gathering an army. Bring more hoppers. Bring means of making light quickly. Well. Clipping a Baldur's mouth. Final warning. What's this about? A missive printed beneath the burning emblem of the Flaming Fist. Deep quill slashes indicate a certain level of irritation on the part of the writer. Residents of Elarthen House. I remind you once again that the guardianship of the lower city falls exclusively to the Flaming Fist, with additional support from the New Steel Watch. We do not require the assistance of any private citizens in the settling of street disputes, no matter how extreme those citizens deem the Watch's response to be. Jord, we've been happy to overlook your mother's association with a certain illegal organization due to your family's service to the city. Do not make us regret it. Ryan, if you're so keen to bust a few skulls, then you are welcome to re-enlist. Signed, Manip Regis, Bloombridge Garrison. Clipping of Baldur's Mouth. A faded cutting from the city circular. Baldur's Mouth. Beloved Ranger bewitched. Citizens of the city were stunned to find a local landmark absent when the sun rose over the Wide this morning. The beloved Ranger, a statue dedicated to a hero of the city, was removed from its perch overnight, with reports of a struggle and sounds of battle during the dark hours. City Watch had no comment to add, but the market square told a clear tale of smashed cobblestones, scorched tiling, and blood-speckled stalls. Whatever force wrested the Ranger from his perch, he did not go quietly. Yeah, it's a little interesting, the Baldur's Mouth Gazette, that they put out a daily paper. From where at Ketlid, I don't even think had that from a single paper. It's usually week or monthly. Where I come from, it was monthly. In the town. Disappearance of the city. Hi Harper. Seems our last reports were over hasty. Our investigation into the recent spate of disappearances across the city have led to the re-emergence of the subjects in almost every case. We're chasing down those last few and following up the rumors of strange shadows in the sky at night. Perhaps we can hope it's just a case of some overactive imaginations. Beneath the report, notes in another hand take over. No coincidences. Absences connected. Why return now? Perhaps that has something to do with Oren. Correspondence from Theodore Thistlewhistle. Jaheira, I will of course be happy to look in on the children in your absence, though I'd remind you that Ryan and Jord are now twice my height and all too happy to remind me of it. Whatever business you're off on, take care. If the children take into their heads to go herring off to help, I won't be able to stop them, nor will I try to. Theodore. Well, you could try to speak some reason into them. Jord?
I take no responsibility for your plants. You know I'm more of a mushroom man.
You've let my study turn into a thicket. Is this what I am hearing?
I tended to it. I just let it thrive in its own independence. You know, same way you raised us.
I raised you to be a sweet and kind boy. What happened?
I watched what you did instead of listening to what you said. This house has taken in a lot of children over the years. Mother dear was sometimes more commander than, well, mother dear.
So you're all Jaheira's wards.
Wards, family, lifelong irritants. Use whichever term you wish.
We were down the market when I was about 9 years old. Some merchant started in with the usual. Yes, but where's your family? Whose son are you, really? When Mother was done with him, well, let's say he won't have any sons of his own to worry about.
Nature's law in action.
Okay. Seems a bit extreme. For asking questions, the same kind of questions that I'm wondering. There's no, I thought there was an upstairs. Oh, there is, right here. Are we missing? I thought there was two little ones. Nice room. Nicer than the room I had in my farmhouse. This must have been Jaheira's room. It's very nice. Hello? And what's your name?
I hope you were hibernating, little cub. I can't think of another reason you wouldn't come down to say hello.
Jaheira! I didn't want to see if you were really dead. They said...
Who said?
Jord and Ryan. They didn't think I could hear.
You little sneak thief? Well, they were wrong. Look! Not dead. I just... had a few adventures. Like,
We broke the curse that had gripped Moonrise Towers for a century.
Moonrise? Like the place from your stories, Jaheira?
The very same.
Why doesn't she call you Mummy?
We can give that one a happy ending after all. Now, cub. Solitude is a wonderful thing, but not too much. Come downstairs and fight with your sisters.
Wait. Here. I was... keeping this safe.
My Harper pin. Oh, was a certain little sneak thief playing down in my sanctuary?
No.
I wonder if that's how you get...
Come down to my study and see if you can figure it out.
I think I already figured it out. It's a beautiful room. Down we go. And we'd have the means to open up whatever that opens up. I like how green it is in here. I always tried to do that inside my home as well. Harper pin. Figures. Secret staircase. Phew, it's quite large down here. What are you up to down here, Jaheira?
Pay no mind to those. You're probably safe so long as I am here.
What?
But if you do not trust me, take the weight from the pressure plate there. Have no fear. The traps aren't meant for you. But, better to stick close, eh?
Okay. You got me a little bit nervous. What do you have down here? Is that a house in like a stream? Or a pond in front of it? Never would have thought that'd be inside the city. It's a giant badger.
The only patch of wilderness this city permits me. There ought to be supplies here to aid us.
It's conversing with 3 rats. Please don't be Sharon rats. Okay, I do not have speak with animals. Right, what are you talking about?
Down by the Blushing Mermaid, there's a stink of something fey. Smell of arse, too. But boss doesn't care about that.
I know all about it. That was Etietho. We killed her. And you, rat?
I bring word of gnomes. Gnomes in the sea.
No, we just rescued them, actually. And you, messenger rat?
There's been killings in a holy place. Sticks of incense and blood.
Killings in what?
I did not nibble at the body, no matter how much I wanted to.
And hello.
The Archdruid's eyes and ears have fallen away in her absence. I am training new ones.
Okay. This is how you get your information, Jaheira. Oh, it's so nice down here. Personally, I'd want a stream going by, but I guess we can't have everything. A pond down a stream. You can fish out of. But she's part druid. They like to manage everything, whereas rangers like to take everything, advantage of everything in the wilderness, but be respectful of it. Not take too much, just keep it in balance. I come from a ranger family, not a druid family. Thank the gods. So there's supplies in here. Where might that be, Jaheira? Well, these scrolls are very good. Chain lightning. Oh, bookcase.
Looks like a trap there.
Wonder what's past this.
Please don't blow up. You said there's a trap here.
Keen eye. But if it's supplies you seek, weapons to aid in our fight, you won't find them behind that door. There is nothing back there of worth to anyone but me.
Oh. Just like an old dragon to hoard the best of her stash.
Not a wild shape I have mastered. Just yet. On my word, all you will find inside is dust. And the moldering keepsakes of a much younger woman. But then, perhaps I make too much of this. How can I beg privacy when I was not half so trusting on our first meeting? Pass then. Go on. See what it is a foolish old Harper thinks worth hiding away.
I actually see you more as like a... I have a lot of respect for you because you... I mean, I just love my grandmother. Respect her more than anyone, actually. Wow. Right, so where should we start? Rites of the Timeless Body. A confused spread of cryptic symbols cobbled together by the same hand, seemingly over the years. Neat notations impose order on the chaotic sketches, describing some manner of druidic ritual, its purpose unclear and its practice incomplete.
Rite of the Timeless Body. What's that about? I best ask Jaheira.
Yes?
Found a strange scroll in your sanctuary. Something about a timeless body?
The threat of spanking never kept the children from poking through my things. Why should it deter you? It is a ritual, or it describes one at least, practiced by druids of certain esoteric circles. If they be learned and powerful enough, the practitioner of this ritual might slow their aging, extend their life well beyond its natural reach. In greener days, I might have been strong enough to do it. I might be yet, with the right preparations.
It's amazing, Jaheira. What can I do to help?
Do not look at me like that. I have been content to see the span of my natural years. A privilege far too few in this world can claim. I do not speak of clinging to life for its own sake, I just look back on that life's work and I wonder, is it done? The dead three plague the world still. The city still falls prey to small minds like Gortash or lost souls like Orin. It is every harper's hope to be a light that drives out darkness. But I've lived long enough to see so many of those lights burn out, while the shadows cling stubbornly on. Knowing that, isn't it our duty to burn on if we can? To fight for as long as we are able?
That's what I think, yes.
You're preaching to the doomed choir, ma'am.
You've done more than your share of fighting already, Karlach. If there's one person I would trust to make the most of a longer life, it's you.
Well, I have the same to look forward to. I'm also half-elven. It's only natural to want more life.
Of course. It is our way. Just as it is Death's way to meet us along the path, gently oblivious to whatever it is we want. I spent most of my life fighting those who tried to escape their end. Gatherick, Irenicus, Sarevok. That is not company I would like to keep. In truth, I had put this ritual from my mind. Until last light. Trapped in that darkness. I turned to my research again. What if I was a little stronger? As fast as I once had been. Then you came. And made the question moot. But I kept this. Just in case, I told myself. A final resort. Perhaps you were not the savior you seemed. I had learned better than to think of life as some simple tale after all. There is no guarantee of happy endings, or true heroes. I believe that still. But when I look on all that we have achieved since, I wonder perhaps it is not heroes we need. Only people who are willing to try. I do not know what manner of story that makes. But I do know that without an ending, it would be no story at all. So I will accept mine. When and however it comes. As for this city story, well, that is entirely your problem now, Cub.
You're not off the hook that easily, Jaheira. I want you around for a long time yet.
I have no plans to lie down and die. Well, perhaps a little lying down when all of this is done.
Well,
But
I
I
feel
do
the
not
same
plan
way.
on going anywhere just yet. And besides, you still have a tadpole in your skull. You are almost certainly going to die first.
Please don't bring that up. Anyways, you're about 140 years older than I am. Why didn't you tell me about your family?
I have given you much reason to think that Harpers hoard secrets like precious stones, but I promise you,
I thought so, actually.
this was not some intrigue. Just, plain and simple foolishness. As if by keeping clear of my family, I might keep them clear of the cult in turn. And if this fight were to go against us, well, they had already done their mourning. Why visit it on them twice?
Admit it, you were just afraid of Ryan.
Of course I was. You met her, did you not? The girl had opinions before she had teeth.
Sounds like you.
I was wrong to think I could keep my children from this fight. They're Baldurian born and bred. The only damned reason I root myself in this place. This city is a cesspit. An open sewer of the soul that taints us with its filth and churns us out when all that is good has been stripped away. It also happens to be their home. And so it is mine. Ugh. That might be the first time I have said that out loud. Now come. We had best get to saving it. Lest Ryan turn her ire on us both.
She always was known as very stubborn and opinionated. At least that's what I was told. I grew up with all these stories. Jaheira was also part of it. Minsk too. Ooh. Khalid's gift. Was your first husband, was it not? While wearing Khalid's gift, Jaheira cannot be cursed. Well, I don't know why you didn't bring it with you.
A gift from my husband. I've had to renew parts over the years, but the heart remains the same as the day he gave it to me.
I'm sorry. Here I am carrying a real heart.
Ready and waiting.
Disgusting.
Well, certainly waiting.
What do you have here? Surgeon subjugation amulet. Huh. Paralyze a target. I don't know, if we had Halson, perhaps we can give this to him. We'll get him back one day.
At least things have stayed interesting.
Phew. Staff? Scimitar? This looks perfect for you. Doesn't have any... It's perfectly balanced strike. It's excellent. This is the perfect weapon for you.
Let me guess, you need something.
Let's get rid of this Sylvan Scimitar. And this Salty Scimitar. Arr. Belm. Wow, this is really turning into quite the powerful warrior. Now I know what the stories meant. What is this?
Can't give up now.
Staff of the Ram. Anything else in here? Opulent chest. Oh, we should have come in here first. I'm not sure what you were so afraid of. Between that necklace and your scimitar, I wouldn't have left home without the both of them if I was Jaheira. The Boss Spawn Saga Part 2. My dearest wife, since you've forbidden the writing of poems, I had to get creative this year. I tracked down a retired Cormian war wizard with a magical method of transferring mental imagery to parchment. The art is imperfect and perhaps better suited to espionage than name-day gifts. With all my love and from a safe distance, Khalid. Beneath the note, a small inked picture of a smiling couple. Their mouths gape far too widely, their joints twisted ever so slightly, but beneath distorted brows you can just make out a much younger Jaheira and a bearded man wearing a harper pin. Khalid, is it? The Ballspawn Saga Part 2. A popular novel, thin and cheaply made, dramatizing the adventures of the Ballspawn and Athkatla after the defeat of Servok and Chev. Early chapters have been defaced and some even torn out. Jaheira. Yeah, that's the other thing. She had a temper. Oops. Ballspawn Saga Part 1. Popular novel. Okay, Jaheira appeared to have added her own annotations, variously amused and outraged at the more irregarious flights of fancy. No great healing potions. The Harpers. The Harpers are a secretive organization whose main purpose is the preservation of all things good and right in the world. They outfox evil at every turn, with shrewd fighting or cunning political maneuver, and though they are not well organized, how could they be, with many members utterly ignorant of the identity of those they might claim as allies, they are united in purpose and goal. One Harper agent deployed correctly in a conflict often achieves the same result as a loosed army. Interesting. Perhaps it is so. Grandmother was not a Harper. Nor was she ever join a group that tried to kill her. Yeah, not all Harpers were perfect or good. Some used their positions for power, influence, money,
no traps, please.
Prestige. Right, well, it's helped enough, I suppose. We've probably seen everything we can. This is your Badger's little home. This is your... Hey there.
If you are not meant to be here, the Archdruid's traps will see to you. If you have business, be about it. If you do not, poke around and see what happens.
Archdruid. Never heard you be called that before, Jaheira. In fact, I would think they'd be speaking of somebody else. Oozing orb, crackling orb, scorched orb, frosted orb. Okay, well, I think that's enough. Let's get back. Let's go to that place that's having that haunting problem nearby here. In my other playthrough of Baldur's Gate, I feel I have the freedom to explore and experiment, and I've been playing that other character a lot lately. I'm probably around half a dozen videos behind where Siren is, so some of these random little side excursions for Siren are from things I've discovered with the other character, which are places I was previously unaware of. We're still searching for all the parts to Dribbles the Clown after all. When I record, I'm always mindful to keep it going forward, and as entertaining as possible, which means I don't always get to try out everything as I go, especially since I'm still playing this game blind. In this video, finding out that Jaheira has a family was hilarious to me. Keep in mind that I've known about and played alongside and even romanced this character in Baldur's Gate 2 for the past 26 years. So even if the children are adopted, or a ward as it was put in this game, it's still funny to see her as a mother. She could be very abrasive and in your face, though you might not see that side of her too much in Baldur's Gate 3. At least I haven't so far. In the first two games, especially when it came to the romance side in Baldur's Gate 2, all the romances kick off from the time that that character joins your party, and you can choose to turn them down if you want or continue on. Jaheira would verbally berate the other women who show interest in you and your group, especially poor Aerie, who Jaheira tried to toughen up since she was so docile. Seeing how Jaheira treated Khalid, her husband, before he died in the first game, and in Siege of Dragonspear, well, she wasn't the softest partner. Though she wasn't cruel, it was just very dominating. The voting for the future of my channel is still ongoing. Be sure to check out the community tab and vote. This will be happening from November 20th to December 11th, 2024. If it's in that 3-week period, there is still time for you to make a difference here. Take care.
Shine.